Hello and welcome to our channel, Saral English. Saral English means simple English. And today we shall talk about PTE academic. So we'll explain you the important sections for PTE academic test. As you know, PTE academic test is necessary for students who wants to pursue their higher education or seek to migrate to a native English speaking country. So today we shall talk about the sections of PTE in brief, but most importantly we are going to talk about the most important sections or most important modules of PTE test. So these four are the most important modules of PTE academic test. The first one is read aloud, the second one is repeat sentence, the third one is reading and writing filling the blanks, and the fourth one is write from dictation. So in case of PTE academic, speaking section is the most important section. Writing is probably the easiest section in PTE academic. So speaking is important, followed by your listening section. Now why? I'll explain that in a minute. Now let's get started with the speaking section. So there are 5 modules in speaking section. The first one is read aloud, followed by repeat sentence, describe image, read a lecture, and answer short questions. So these 5 are the modules of speaking test, followed by writing. In writing you have 2 modules, summarize written text and write an essay. Again, writing is not that important for a PTE test. However, you also need to focus on writing test as well, because writing is also a part of PTE. But it's not the most important section of your PTE test. Now the most important questions in speaking sections are read aloud and repeat sentence. And remember, PTE has something called integrated marking. Integrated. Which means that the marks for one section is carried forward in other section as well. For example, for read aloud is the first part of speaking section, but you get marks for both reading as well as speaking. The first module of speaking test is read aloud. In case of read aloud, you'll see a text appear on the screen. You get 20 to 30 seconds to prepare, and then you have to read it aloud. Again, remember, you get marks for both speaking and reading for read aloud. So read aloud might look simple, but it carries a lot of mark. And trust me when I say a lot of students make mistakes with read aloud. And I would advise you to practice read aloud every day. So if the statement says Barack Obama was the first black president of the United States, and if you say Barack Obama was the first president of the United States, that's alright for speaking test, but you'll be marked down for reading. So in case, in order to get full marks for reading, you have to repeat the sentence word per word. And again, it might sound easy, but it is not. Guys, I'm telling you, you need to practice a lot for read aloud. It carries a lot of marks for reading as well. And this is one of the most important module for your PTE test. The second module is repeat sentence. Repeat sentence is also very important for your PTE test. Again, repeat sentence carries marks for speaking as well as listening. So you'll listen to a sentence and you're supposed to repeat the sentence the way it is. So normally it is 8 to 12 words, but sometimes you might get 16 or 20 words as well. Again, the key is do not panic. Try to get the first few words correctly. And in case if you miss the last few words or you miss some words in the middle, don't panic. Try and create a meaningful sentence. Again, ideally you are supposed to repeat the sentence the way it is, but in case if you miss something, again you can form a meaningful sentence. And remember, this module carries marks for listening as well. So pay a lot more attention to these 2 sections of speaking test. And these 2 are very, very important for a PTE exam. They carry a lot of marks for a PTE test. And they are part of speaking section. Now writing is not that important for a PTE test. It does not have a lot of important modules, but I would advise you to practice writing as well, because you want to score good grades for writing as well. But today we are talking about the important sections. So read aloud, repeat sentence of speaking are the 2 most important modules of your PTE test. The third one is reading and writing filling the blanks. Again, this is a part of reading section. You'll get 5 to 6 reading and writing filling the blanks, and you have to answer the questions correctly. Again, normally you get 4 to 5 fill in the blanks, and if you get 3 to 4 out of 5, probably you'll get good marks for reading as well as writing. Remember, it also carries marks for writing. And reading and writing fill in the blanks tests your grammar and vocabulary skills. So I would advise you to practice reading and writing fill in the blanks every day, probably 200, 300 sets, so that you will be confident enough to answer the question correctly in your exam. So again, this requires a lot of practice as well as grammar and vocabulary skills. These two only require practice. The more you practice, the better you get. Now the last one is the most important. So let's say VI section for your PTE test. And this is the last module of your PTE exam. Normally you get 3 to 4 questions. And if you miss one question, you'll get less than 70. If you miss 2, probably less than 60. If you miss 3, probably fail your PTE test. It is that important. Write from dictation. Again, what happens in case of write from dictation? You listen to an audio, probably a sentence, and you have to write it in your computer. And you do get some time to check your grammar and spelling errors. However, if you miss it entirely, you're not going to get good grades for your PTE test. So unlike IELTS, where every section is equally important, in case of PTE, these 4 modules will either break or make your PTE test. So if you goof up in write from dictation, or let's say read aloud, you'll probably not get good scores. So I would advise you to practice these 4 every day. And remember, these 4 are the key for your PTE exam, especially write from dictation. Practice write from dictation probably half an hour every day. Develop a technique where it can guess most words correctly. And remember, the only way to succeed is practice. So PTE is all about practice. The more you practice, the better you'll get. There is no shortcut, or there is no hard and fast rule for PTE. Thank you for watching our video. I hope you like our video. If you have any comments or feedback, please let us know in the comment section. If you like our video, please subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching. Keep watching, keep learning.